Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of this video series. My name is Brighton Mika and as always, it's good to have you here. Um, if few people can relate to this, you're sitting in traffic or maybe staring at your screen and then there is this small gnawing feeling, uh, frustration, it feels like frustration, like it feels like you're losing at something. But I want to start with the question: how do you know that you're losing if you haven't actually defined what game you're playing at? For most of us, we assume we optimize in some way for playing and winning at a certain kind of game. This is all related to game theory. Um, You cannot win a game you haven't defined. Most of us are playing a blurry game called success. We are using someone else's scorecard, but today we'll be looking at how the invisible rules of the life you're playing at and the wins you're getting might sometimes feel like failing. There's a misalignment here. There's friction you're experiencing that would usually come from when the actions you're putting in and then the goals you're getting, they diverge. Yeah. There's the game called the freedom game, and then there's another game called status games. You There is a trap people can usually fall in when they think they're playing one game, but they're actually optimizing for a different game entirely. So if you're playing the attention game, the game for who gets the most likes, the most clicks, the most views, while secretly wanting depth, like you want people to trust uh, and believe the things you're doing or the values you stand for. Because the strategies for going about these two different games, they are different. Yeah. So you have to be honest with yourself. With what do you really, really want to optimize for? Do you want to play the status game? Do you want to actually play a game? Do you actually have freedom to choose the kind of life you want to live? If you can clearly define whatever game you want to play at, it will inform the actions you will take to get to your desired destination and goals. Stop trying to win in infinite games like health, learning, education, and marriage. These are not games that come to an end. They are games that you play to earn the right to keep playing. So you have to understand that there are different kinds of games. So you cannot be optimizing for um, optimizing as if you're playing a finite game when in that instance, in that context, what you're in is actually not a game that has an end. Okay, so a few things to take note of. You don't play or live in a vacuum. Yeah, you exist in the universe, in the world with other people that have agencies over their own lives. Okay, so your boss does not necessarily have to be named. Yeah, there are goals the organization or company has. So if you're going to play in a game where you have other people who are players, you have to strategically align your goals. You have to ensure that your goals align strategically with the goals of the people you work with, the organizations you're in. Yeah, so you have to cooperate and play long-term games to ensure that you don't end up losing uh, when you're actually optimizing to win. Okay, so what is actually the price? What does success look like for you? Is it money, autonomy, fame, or impact? And what time horizon are you looking at? Are you trying to um, go in? Uh, is your time horizon 6 months? Is it a 20-year legacy you're trying to build? Okay, so if you decide whatever game you're playing in, it will inform the trade-offs you're going to make. It will inform what you're going to give up to be able to play the game you're trying to play long term. So, what game are you playing? This informs the metrics you use to measure if to know if you're successful at whatever game you're playing. Who are the players? Who else is involved? Who are actors in this game you're playing that their actions or inactions would affect what success looks like for you? In closing for today, the most miserable people are people who win at games they never care about winning in. They have climbed a ladder, and then at the end of the ladder they discover that it was actually leaning against the wrong wall, right? So stop sprinting, decide what your destination looks like, yeah, and then go at it with all of your strength, might, vigor, and energy. I'm rooting for you, yeah. Be intentional. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.